The first time it was something like, I mean, you go and you just have nothing but fun time, like fun stories to tell. And I mean, this time you like barely make it out alive. And it was just like a concert from hell.
The way they described the scene at Energy Park Friday night is enough to rattle someone who wasn't even there.
I was literally praying and I was like, please get me out of here. Like, this is not how I want to go, please.
People were being crushed at the front.
We need somebody to help him. Somebody passed out right here.
The singer calling for help.
Security, somebody help jump in real quick.
But the music event went on, leaving concert goers to shout for help.
It felt like we was in a concert in hell. You couldn't breathe, you couldn't see, like, it was just chaos, bro. It was a living hell, bro.
This is now the most serious concert accident in the US for nearly 2 decades.
Las Vegas is on lockdown after a gunman opened fire at a popular outdoor country music festival. It happened just moments after country music superstar Jason Aldean took the stage at the Route 91 Harvest Music Festival. Machine gun fire, possibly from an automatic weapon, erupting into a crowd of thousands of fans.
Hip-hop, R&B, country, rap, and pop music. These are the top genres that most people listen to.
You've heard it on the radio, at the store, or wherever you may be. It's inescapable, but did you know that you're being lured into a trap?
Perhaps you know some of these stars, like Drake, Taylor Swift, Lil Nas X, and Beyonce. Or how about Ken Carson, Doja Cat, Rihanna, Cardi B, or maybe even Kanye West?
These artists are very talented. Some can sing, dance, and some of them even produce the tracks behind their vocals. However, the Bible tells us that we shall know them by their fruits. So what are the fruits of this music?
Everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was, a god.
Cardi B is defending herself against an old video that surfaced online where she claims she drugged and robbed men. In a statement on Twitter, Cardi B claims the video is 3 years old. She said she was speaking about actions that, quote, right or wrong that I felt I needed to do to make a living. At the time, she was working as a stripper. She doesn't deny the claims she made in the live video, but says, quote, the men I spoke about were men I dated that were conscious, willing, and aware.
Is Doja Cat the newest member of the Illuminati? A lot of really suspicious things about her 27th birthday party. It was themed after this movie called Eyes Wide Shut about an elitist secret society. This society was also a sex cult. They would sacrifice people to the devil. I gotta say, everybody, they killed the theme. Look at the symbolism on the cake. Yes, Doja Cat turned 27, but this also could have been a nod to the 27th Club, and it has the Freemason symbol on it.
She is pretty openly being a Satanist. Like, she's dressing up like the devil at every event that she attends. She's using demons in all of her album promotion, and it's just getting very out of hand. And sadly, our culture has gotten to a point where this isn't even thought of as edgy or experimental or kind of like fringe counterculture, whatever. It's celebrated.
I'm at Grace Cathedral in San Francisco, California. Hundreds of folks are going to come here to witness the Beyonce Mass, bringing together secular music and a religious message to tell a story of empowerment for particularly women of color, but for anyone who happens to sing praises to the goddess herself, Beyonce.
Now that we've seen the kinds of characters that these artists have, let's look at what they say in their songs.
Let's see what the lyrics says in Beyonce's song Power. When Beyonce says, where you want to be, I'm who they want to be, she's saying that she's a replica of what people want to be. She is also saying that we should strive to be where she is and making herself as an idol. She also says, refer to me as a goddess, I'm tired of being modest. Beyonce is now upgrading her idolatry and is plain out telling people that she is a god and therefore is telling people she should be worshipped. She then goes on to say, They say we being demonic, angel in disguise. I hate I have to disguise it. Beyonce is saying people call her demonic, and because she is so attractive, she is an angel in disguise. Next, she says that she hates she has to disguise it. The disguise that she's wearing is that of an angel. And to take off the angel disguise, we're left with a demon. Based on everything we covered, she is now leading us to worship the devil.
I said, that's what I want to do. I am so lucky and I thank God every day that this is what I do.
In Beyonce's song Denial, we see these lyrics. I bathed in bleach and plugged my medicines with the pages from the holy book. As we've seen in the clip played before, Beyonce says that she thanks God every single day. But if that were really true, would she have put these blasphemous lyrics in her song? These are some of the lyrics in Lil Nas X's song Montero. Cocaine and drinking with your friends. You live in the dark, boy, I cannot pretend. I'm not fazed, only here to sin. If even in your garden, you know that you can. Basically, in this part of the video, the devil visits Lil Nas X and tells him how he's taking cocaine and drinking with his friends. Also tells him that Lil Nas X, you're living in the dark, but don't worry, I'm only here to sin with you. Also, the devil told him in the beginning of the song, boy, you ain't living right, so he, Lil Nas X, cannot pretend. Basically, it's just like in the real world. If you mess with the devil, he's gonna be right there with you, leading you to do evil. God and the angels are not going to be in your presence, and the devil will accuse you until Christ destroy your soul.
In the song J Christ by Lil Nas X, Lil Nas refers to himself as J Christ, who we all know is supposed to be Jesus Christ. He says that he's back like J Christ, back up out the gravesite, and that he's going to get the gays hyped. In the music video with this song, many different blasphemies are portrayed. Lil Nas X gets crucified, he acts as Noah on the ark, and he goes down into hell. Inside of the music video of actually this same song, during the ark scene, the symbol on the ark seems to have a resemblance to the horns of a goat and an upside down cross or star. It seems as if Lil Nas X is trying to portray being the opposite of Christ. This claim is backed up by some of the merchandise that he sells, where it says property of God with crosses, but behind has worshipper of Nas with the symbol embedded on the ark.
In Doja Cat's song Demons, she says, how my demons look, now that my pocket's full. I'm a puppet, I'm a sheep, I'm a cash cow. Doja Cat has become very influential, and she is paying homage for her influence and wealth to demons. Then she depicts herself as a puppet to these demons. Those who listen to her music are now more vulnerable to become puppets to demons.
In her song, Paint the Town Red, the lyrics read, I'd rather be famous instead. I let all that get to my head. I don't care, I paint the town red. She's the devil, she's a rebel. So here we see that Doja Cat is comparing herself to rebellious demons, or even the devil himself. She says she'd rather be famous and walk with the devil. When we listen to music with these kinds of lyrics, we are subconsciously absorbing the messages that these artists are portraying.
Now, this particular case came to trial as a result of just 6 short lines of text. The lines were, Glock to the head of. Send $2 to a PayPal account. If this account doesn't reach $50,000 in the next 7 days, then a murderous rampage similar to the Virginia Tech shooting will occur at another highly populated university. This is not a joke. In the rap world, the more violent your lyrics, the more respect you'll have in the rap community. And the more violent and misogynistic your music, well, the more songs you'll sell. Considering the business, it was not surprising to me at all that Odawale's lyrics portrayed a violent persona and the glorification of guns, both of which are staples of gangster rap.
News Channel 15's Adam Widener joins me with a closer look at the effect violent media has on society. Adam?
Well, it turns out a local professor tells me studies have found violent media can actually influence criminal behavior. With many of this year's homicide victims being young men, the psychology professor says it's media parents should help their kids understand.
And a 2014 research review published in Nature found that many of the brain regions we associate with emotion, like the nucleus accumbens, amygdala, and hippocampus, are involved when we listen to songs. Another possible mechanism is that the feelings you get from music happen via a process called emotional contagion, where you mirror the emotion that you hear happening in the piece.
Kids and teenagers are getting wrapped up in gun violence across central Illinois. Officials tell us the number of teens shooting at and even killing one another has grown in recent years.
I sat down with an up-and-coming artist and Champaign native. He says somewhere along the line, shooting and killing became intertwined with popular rap culture.
It's what sells. Just being honest with you, it's what sells. It's easier to do bad than it is to do good.
I used to sag my pants. I had gold teeth in my mouth. And I got Young Savage tattooed on my stomach right here. It's because of the mindset and the culture of hip hop music had me thinking that this was the appropriate way to dress, this was the appropriate way to act, this was my role model. And in today's society, we have accepted it.
Juice WRLD himself had listened to Future's music at a very young age and had been following the messages of those songs. Because of this, he ran into Percocet pills, trying oxycodone just at the age of 13. The story of Juice WRLD and Future.
For example, my freshman year, I ran into some Percocets my freshman year, 14, 15 years old. 2 years later, 3 years later, Future dropped 56 Nights. By the way, Future is the GOAT. Future dropped 56 Nights. You get all them perks from them Zans, like, cause of some music. And like I said, I don't know if I said this earlier in here or in having a convo with somebody else, but hearing that music at such a young age, I was trying to sip lean in 6th grade.
When Future found out he had done this type of damage, he replied, "Oh shoot, how many other 6th graders did I influence to drink lean?"
As we have seen from our presentation, music indeed has a strong influence on the behavior of those who are listening to it. In Daniel chapter 3, we see that music influenced the people to worship this giant idol. And we are told that in the last days, Babylon will be influencing the whole world. So as we compare these occurrences to the last days, we can conclude that music is going to be very influential for those who will worship the image of the beast in Revelation 13 verse 15.
Now that we know that secular music is influencing us in a negative way, will you still continue to listen to it, knowing that it will lead you to worship the image of the beast?